You don't have to have self-pity or be a mentality of being victimized. There's no racism. You can do what you want in America and the world. Only you could breathe for yourself, and like only you could see with your own eyes. So it's up to what you want. I made 100.
Antonio Brown. I can't remember. Do you like him or not?
Is this guy is he still relevant? There's
Yeah. Do you?
something that happened
No, no, no. Do you like Antonio Brown or not?
as a football player. He's one of the greatest in my mind.
Okay, so that's all
Yeah.
right. Well, Antonio Brown says that racism in America does not exist. He's not the first person to say this. Of course, Lil Wayne said it, and a bunch of other people. But I'm just talking about notable black figureheads.
Hmm.
So he says, "Yeah, I mean, how could it exist? I just made all this millions of dollars. It's impossible. Racism can't exist. How?" Antonio Brown, like I kind of understand what you're saying, because you're saying if racism truly exists, how would you be able to make that fortune? They just wouldn't allow that for you. But
Hmm.
here's what I want you to remember, right? So you made all this money. I'm assuming like football, maybe endorsements, whatever. Who do you think signed that check for you? Do you think the person that signed that check looked like you? Also, you're never going to see this, right? But whatever that deal was worth, when the end of the year you look at your net, do you think what you took home is anywhere close to what the person who signed that check took home? Do you? Because if you do, then fine. You're totally entitled to say things like racism in America doesn't exist, because you're obviously out of your mind, right? But if it was truly fair, and we are talking about business here, I'm not trying to leave that out. I know that a business still needs to be profitable, and I get that overhead and blah blah blah. But if we truly look down at the brass tacks, when everything is paid for, salaries are paid, this, that, and the third, the person who signed that check, that whatever 50 million you said, it's peanuts. If they took that home, they'd probably kill themselves. So yeah, it's
Right.
not fair at all. And that's if you're talking about monetary gain, if that's your only example as to why racism does not exist in America, I just ask that you do that. The person who signed the check, ask them what they took home at the end of the year, and then you'll agree, yeah, racism fucking exists, bro. For obviously more reasons than that, but for your reason, yeah, racism exists. I'm sorry.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. They do if you're in the music industry or in the industry at all, but normally they don't lie. So when you could know numbers that something like majority of the world, I'm not sure the exact number, but I think it's 70 to 80% of the world is not white. Like they're other cultures from other places. But then you look at the amount of billionaires in the world, and I'm not talking about millionaires now, because $1 million is not what it used to be. I'm talking about billionaires. You look at the billionaires, I believe there's like 110 billionaires in the world currently right now. And then you look at the percentage of those people who are white. And guess what? It's the same number, 70 to 80%. So you need to explain to me, when I give you those type of numbers, if you're not keeping up with where I'm going with that, how there can be more of a culture of people who are not from one race, but when we're talking about monetary wealth, because that's what Antonio Brown's talking about, we don't have the same numbers. The numbers operate in a different way. I want you to think about some of the most notable industries today where people get paid millions of dollars for doing what they do. I think the two simplest ones are to bring up our musicians and athletes, right? Now let's go to sports first. Let's look at the sports. Majority of sports, where are the athletes from? What color are they? The elites, what color are they? Are they usually, right? Do I have to go into detail? No, I don't. If we look at music, yes, if you look in certain genres, you're going to see a definite one state, but majority of the genres of music have now been penetrated by people of different cultures, whether that be Black, Asian, or brown. K-pop is huge in America now. It's Asian people, right? But to touch on what this guy said, who's writing those checks? Who's paying those people? So when you say racism no longer exists, the reason why I personally sit here and laugh is because what I say is race. It's not that racism doesn't exist. It's just that white people found a different way to make money off of black people. We're not picking cotton anymore. Now they're making more money from us off of our own talents. See, we're the talented ones. We're the ones that they actually need in order for these organizations in this industry to thrive and survive. And some of these social media apps. But because we have the mentality that Antonio Brown has, and we don't understand certain things, we simply delve into this and just say, listen, pay me my millions of dollars. I'm rich. I'm super rich. There's no racism. Look at the life I'm living. There can't be racism anymore. How are you talking about? I can go buy anything I want. Right, correct. That's absolutely true. But until we are able to own our own networks, until we are able to own our own studios, and people don't bring up the Tyler Perrys and the Diddy's, and you can't bring up anomalies to me, okay? It's not a common thing. These are the first people who did these things. So I don't want to hear about that. I want to hear about common things that Black people have done on immense levels in comparison to some of these people. Okay,
Hey.
when you talk to me like that, then we could talk.
Hey, and Antonio Brown, the guy who signs your check, right? There's no racism in America. I wonder how, if he has a daughter, I wonder how he would feel if you're fucking his daughter. I wonder if after a game, not even that. That's extreme. Fine, whatever. Maybe you're just a piece of shit guy, and you know, doesn't matter what the color is. You're a piece of shit. Fine. Maybe, you know, you just finished a game, and for some reason or another, you're close to the owner's home. And you say, hey man, can I use your shower? I bet you he doesn't even let you in the house to use the shower.
I mean, it depends on how good of a player you are. If you're a star player, he's letting you use his shower.
The point that I'm trying to make is,
but it's the same point that I'm making though. It's levels. The talent is what's judging how the owner moves in this case.
There you go. So
how much can I make from you?
There you go. Right. So, you know, you guys seen the video. And again, like, I hate it when people try to say the source doesn't matter. The source matters. This is bullshit information. It's coming from a bullshit person, and he's dressed like a fucking asshole. So all your credibility is shot. You have nothing going for you. The words mean nothing, but it's just like the person who's saying it, the stuff you're wearing, like, it just doesn't help the message at all.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Diddy might have said this too. I'm pretty sure Diddy might have said this too at some point.
Lil Wayne said this, but Lil Wayne,
I know Lil Wayne said it for sure.
Lil Wayne is gonna, you know, I don't even want to say it. Lil Wayne has his own set of
because Diddy has a network now, right? So he's like, I think when he got the network, he made some comment relating to this. I don't know. I might be wrong. Sorry if I'm wrong.
All right, whatever. Antonio Brown, you suck, and stop saying things that, you know, stop trying to represent unintentionally, I'm assuming. Stop trying to represent us Black folk. You don't speak for us, okay? Yeah. So when you say, and maybe he did, I only watched the video once, but when you say racism doesn't exist, say in my life, my own personal experience, I have never dealt with racism. Say that shit. Stop. Don't make it a blanket statement when little black kids are getting shot and harassed on a daily basis.
Even you just saying that statement is hilarious because it's so unbelievable.
So
but whatever.
All right, let's keep it moving.